All right, good day, everyone, and welcome to Tales from the CTO, where we'll be talking about technology from a business perspective, from a leadership perspective, and hopefully through a lens that is unique and can help you grow your business. So today we're going to talk about your brand experience, and specifically, I think this is one of the areas that isn't necessarily talked about a lot. It isn't necessarily thought of as let's say, the responsibility of IT or technology in general, but it's really all about what does your customer experience? How does your customer experience your brand from a technology perspective? Do they have a positive experience? Does it enhance their journey? Does it make them? Does it increase their brand loyalty? All of that kind of stuff. And I think the quote that helps really reinforce this is, especially as we're all understanding the modern landscape and understanding that we need to become more technologically advanced and actually even think of ourselves as technology companies, is if you aren't taking care of your customer, your competitor will. So when we think about brand experience from a technology perspective, we actually look at it from three different lenses, and it's kind of a keep, get, grow model, or keep, grow, attract model. There's a couple of different variants that are out there. And there's obviously the internal lens, which we'll be talking about next month, centered around your employees. But for this conversation, specifically around technology, it's, does your technology stack, do your assets actually intentionally help you keep your existing customers? Is there in some way where it increases the brand loyalty? Is there some way where it's making your product or service very sticky? Is there some way where it's actually enhancing the outcomes of your customers' businesses themselves? Therefore, you're becoming an integral part of their business. And so we need to think about, how can technology intentionally help you keep your customers? The next lens is, how can technology intentionally help you grow your existing customers? And so this is obviously, there's, the whole cross-sell, upsell components that are very prevalent. There's always the supersizing, the whole fast food. I think that the model they built and popularized around, would you like fries, with that type of idea. And so how can we leverage technology to help reinforce that? Is there, the easiest ways in an e-commerce world, for example, is as you're checking out, it's the suggestions. Hey, we saw you were looking at this. Usually when customers buy this, they also buy these three other things. And, for whatever you do as a business, what would be the equivalent of that we could do to enhance your customers' journey? And how can we actually even think for them, or not think for them, but help them understand, where some additional value might be that you can provide that will help them get to a better outcome with whatever product or service that you're offering. And finally, does your technology intentionally help you attract new customers? I always, describe this and talk about, what's your business curb appeal, right? So when a new customer is investigating options over what they're going to do, and they, drive up to your house, is your lawn mowed? Are your gardens weeded? That type of thing. Is your trash put away? And we want to make sure that we have the same type of intentionality around what our customers experience from a digital perspective. And most of this would traditionally sit inside of marketing. And obviously people think of marketing as a way to attract new customers, is it to increase your brand awareness. But the other thing that we need to think about is, what can we do around that technology stack to help us really stand out? How can we focus that on our differentiation? How can we help it attract new customers? So with that lens, again, how do we use technology to keep, grow, and attract new customers? So what do we do? What are some steps that we can take to actually help us solve these problems? And to me, it's really easy and also hard at the same time. And obviously, we're doing this at a very scale approach. And the advice for this would typically be very specific to an organization, whether you're in manufacturing, whether you're in retail. The options and suggestions are probably going to be radically different. But that being said, there's one kind of universal amongst them all, is really map out the customer journey. And what I mean by that is, what is the life cycle of your customer from incubation, from the time when they're not really a customer, when they're just a prospect or a lead in the top of your sales funnel, all the way to the end of the funnel, so to speak, or the end of the customer journey, where they fully experienced or realized your product or service. And now it's around either they're exiting and you offer a one-time solution and that's the end of your relationship with them, or you have more of a sustainable, self-fulfilling product or service where you're obviously you're looking to move them back into the top of the funnel, so to speak. And so when we map out that journey, it's what are the touch points, what are the milestones, what are the interactions that your customer has with your company, and perhaps what are the interactions that are not happening that probably should, right? I think Domino's Pizza is a great example of doing this exceptionally well. They did amazingly throughout the last 5-10 years, and really because they've pivoted almost from being a pizza company to being a technology company. And if you haven't ordered Domino's Pizza in a while, and not that I'm advertising that they're the greatest pizza, but the experience that they offer through their technology is exquisite. They've got an app on their phone. It tells you when your order's been placed, when your pizza's going in the oven, who's making your pizza. It's very similar to the Uber Eats experience, but curated from a pizza perspective. And they're one of the first to do it, have been doing it for quite a while. And that's what's really allowed them to grow their market share. And that's because they thought about this and said, okay, how can we use technology to enhance the experience? What are our customers looking to, what are they expecting? And what are they wanting? How can we create an emotional connection with our brand, with our product via technology? And that led them to that whole Domino's Pizza app. And so we think about that from your business, again, what are the things that we can do to help improve that, enhance that experience, and improve the outcomes? So if any of this was interesting, again, I know that's very high level. I'd love the opportunity to have a conversation with you and maybe unpack one or two ideas around how we can get technology working for your business and helping you intentionally take a step towards leveraging it to attract, keep, and grow new customers. Thank you very much.